Okay, just going to show how to use the little DreamScope for doing pulse width, duty cycle for pulse width modulated signals. So on this 05 Tahoe, the blower motor was not working. And I checked the actual blower motor. It could work when I unplugged it and powered it separately. But I had to get an oscilloscope out because the signal that was coming from the head unit, temperature control unit there, to the electronic motor control, I was suspect of it after doing a bunch of measurements. So here's what I've got set up for measurement. I've got a needle pin in that control wire there. I've got a ground wire hooked up into the frame here. And I've got the U-scope set up here. So I'm just going to put the keys in and we will turn the motor on. Okay, here we've got the little scope hooked up, and I'm going to turn the ignition on here. And we can see the fan right now, it's on its, let's put it on its lowest setting. So the fan's on its lowest setting, or I'm just going to turn it off. So the fan's off. And we can see when the fan is off, it's sitting at, 12 volts. This is 5 volts per division, about 12 volts there. And then if we turn the fan on, and it's going to go on to its lowest, we can see that it is a some kind of pulse width modulated signal. And as we increase the fan speed, we can see the pulses get smaller. And if you look in the docs, it says that it's an inverse relationship. So we can do a couple of things here. We can, if we go into measurements, we can then go and select duty cycle, and we can also put on there RMS voltage, and we can also put on there whatever high voltage, right? Just to see what those guys are all about. And then let's run you again. And so we can see down below here, let's see if we can steady myself. We're at 93% duty cycle, so this is 93% on time. Average voltage is 11 volts, and the 11.033 volts, and the peak voltage is 11.3 volts. And as we go up, oops, let's start you again. As we go up we can see it drops to 80%, and then 75%. We can see the RMS voltage drop to 9.9-ish, and whatnot like that. Now you can do this if you've got a good enough meter, a meter that has duty cycle on it, or just an averaging RMS meter. You could do exactly the same thing. You could measure that duty cycle and it will tell you it's at 41% and the average is at 6.9. So this could be done with an RMS meter that has duty cycle on it. Yeah, so that's that. So that's pretty cool. And we can save this as a screenshot. You just click File, and then the little camera icon here. Boop. And then it'll just take a screenshot of that. And then we've got it saved on device. We could just use a USB cable to move it over to the computer.